Welcome back to another CartoonSmart.com video tutorial podcast. As usual, joined by my good friend and lifetime co-host, Cleavon. How you doing today? I'm doing pretty good, and we're going to talk about something today that tends to come into my business quite often. I'll begin typing for you. How about that? I work down at the chop barrel, and I thought you worked at the chop house. Well, it was formerly known as the Chop House, but we have some kind of pending litigation against us. So, and that happens with any business every 3 to 4 months. You have to just kind of change the name just to keep interest fresh in it. And well, speaking of fresh, that's kind of the reason that we are in the court systems right now. But also. Well, yeah, that is probably the main reason why we changed names. So it's now going to be the Chop Barrel. People in town kind of get it that as long as it's got chop in the beginning, they know what to expect. And a lot of times people kind of go through their day and they don't even really look at the signs and things like that. So anyway, so what we're going to do here is we have a variable that is less than decent eggs, and this is a constant. It's not going to change, and it's a string value that's going to equal the questionable eggs. This would be a situation where maybe the egg has gone by. It's been a month or two since the recommended use by date has gone past. But then there's people in the restaurant that are kind of keen to the way we operate things, and they'll ask actually for, the decent eggs. So in that case, we're kind of obliged to not give them the questionable eggs. Nobody wants to see us smelling the eggs before we put them on the grill. And it is like a Waffle House, so people can see me frying things up, and then they'll go, well, what, is Cleavon actually smelling the eggs to see if they've gone bad? So, if they ask for it, we're going to give them the decent eggs. So the variable here is going to be what to fry up, and this is going to be equal to the decent eggs. But if that is they ask for them, meaning that they have a value at this point. So if they ask for them, we'll set a value over here. And also if we do actually have decent eggs. Otherwise, we're just going to basically default to giving them the less than decent eggs. So if this comes back nil, which is its current state with a question mark after it, and it's not equaling anything, that's going to be nil. So let's put a little note here: is nil right now, right? And so yeah, then I'm just going to go ahead and fry up the what to fry up variable is going to equal less than decent eggs. And you can already see what's happening over here. It's gone ahead and it said, well, we're just going to go with the questionable eggs. That's fascinating. Do people get sick a lot at your restaurant? Well, I mean, people get sick a lot at a lot of restaurants, or just walking down the street, they might get sick. And bad eggs, that's usually nothing that a little sriracha can't kind of overpower. So let's do maybe like a little bit of an experiment here. By the way, you're really kind of taking the reins on this tutorial today, aren't you? Well, like I said, it's something that I feel like I know a lot about. And all right, so what we're going to do here is say 4 eggs. And we're going to iterate through there's one guy that comes in and gets about 10 eggs every day. Not maybe the healthiest guy in the world, but, that's not my place to really question it. Oh, wait, did I say 10? Yeah, I said 10. So what we'll do is we'll kind of iterate through the egg count over here. So let's just put a little print statement in here. We'll just say print egg. And actually, this would probably not be eggs plural, it'd be egg. Not that Swift knows what an egg is, but just for my purposes, I'd like to put in here just print egg. So you can see that it printed out 10 times, right? And you want to see something interesting? I would love to, yes. Watch this. If I do the less than sign right here, take a look at the number of times that it printed out. So it didn't actually go up to 10. You can see that it did it 9 times. So what we might want to look at doing here is saying that if and then egg is greater than, well, let's say maybe 5, then what we'll do is let's switch eggs after a while. And you would think that we would you would think we would use the decent eggs first, but really it's in a situation like this where someone is going to have 10 of them, we might as well just kind of front load the first 5 or so with the questionable eggs, and then what we could do is make the decent eggs equal to an actual value. So this would be kind of like at that point farm fresh minus a few weeks. So minus a few weeks. So they did come from a farm, but a few weeks ago, and that's okay for eggs. All right, so now let's see. At that point, we have given them the decent eggs, and well, what do we do over here with this variable now at this point? I mean, these are kind of two separate examples currently. Let's see. Oh, you know what we could do? Watch this. Let's print out what to fry up. So we'll just kind of strip that out of there. And then what we'll do is at the bottom over here, we'll say print, and then what to fry up equals this right over here. And we'll see. Oh, it doesn't like that. Unresolved. Oh, I see what the problem is. Yeah. Well, we didn't really specify. All right, so here's it. I'm just messing around. That was a joke. What we're going to do is put over here var, and then what to fry up, and then here we go. So, and this could actually get away with being a constant, because every time this iterates through here, it's going to create this new variable. And what we want to see now is what to fry up equals at kind of runtime, which in my world is like real time. We talk about that a lot. We'll say grill time, you know, it's grill time, runtime, grill time. All right, so here what we got is you can see that the first 5 times it went through. We got the questionable eggs for Big Pete, and then I could kind of tell, like, oh, Big Pete might be looking at me over here. And like I said, it is kind of like a, you know, an open cookhouse. People at the bar can see what we're cooking. And so then I'll turn around and go, oh, better go get some eggs from the good pile, the good basket. And then I throw in the farm fresh ones. And then you would think that they would kind of even out. Questionable eggs plus some good, you know, some farm fresh ones. Big Pete's stomach can handle that too. It's not like he hasn't built up a tolerance over time. You come into the same Chop restaurant every day, the Chop chain. Yeah, you kind of have like an iron fist in terms of what your stomach can pump through. So is there anything else that you wanted to see today? No, I think you pretty much took care of it. You said that you smelled the eggs. I didn't know that the eggs smell bad when they expire. It's something of an absence of a smell. It's a little bit like a carbon monoxide leak. If you crack open the egg and you don't smell anything at all, that is probably your deadliest egg right there. If you get a little bit of an egg smell, then, you know, you go, okay, there's still a little bit of the egg left in there. Now, if you crack open an egg and you get like that full whiff of fresh egg, then you know that's they've pretty much just come right out of the chicken. So you got to be careful with that. Smell your eggs, and if you don't smell anything, probably just go ahead and just take them out, take the pan outside, and whip it at a car or something like that, because that could be quite deadly for you. Again, if you have not worked up the tolerance to salmonella. All right, so I guess that's going to do it today. Do you want to plug the website where you don't teach crazy programming tutorials with farm examples? Yeah, I guess so. If you'd like to go over to CartoonSmart.com and never hear from Cleavon again, please do so. And we have a lot of project-based learning, so game development in particular. You can't even get to the word game development, can you? No, not today, apparently. So I'm just kind of in awe of the life that you live. A lot of people cannot live the life that I do. Yeah, you're right. I agree with that wholeheartedly, definitely. That's another thing that we got in trouble for selling at the restaurant too, was whole hearts. That is under investigation. Okay, so and if you want to meet me down in River Falls, Florida, outside the Orlando area, I'll be at any one of the chop chain restaurants. Again, it might in a few weeks. It could be the chop. Chop Shop, the Chop Bunker, the Chop Town. We got a lot of names kind of all ready to go to print shop. The Chop Hangar, Chopopolis, Chop Station. We might do like a little railway theme for the kids that a few months. Chop Arctica, when it starts to get cold out. Although it never really gets that cold in Florida, but still we want to have our bases covered for the kind of nobody in town actually believes that global warming stuff. So when the weather does turn really icy cold, we're ready for Chop Arctica, the Chop Nami. If there's ever some sort of gale force winds coming in that blows the ocean up over the peninsula, we'll be ready for pretty much anything. Chop Rock, kind of like the movie The Rock. Or I mean, the actor, The Rock. Which it's named after both of them. Both the actor and one of the best movies ever, The Rock. So anyway, that pretty much does it for this. Looks like somebody is in the midst of canceling their subscription to the site right now. Did you know that? Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. Yeah. If they were listening to you, sure. Oh, well, my apologies then, Your Majesty. Okay, that's it for today.